Greetings! This video today will showcase the procedure to trace and edge lenses using the Neksia 650 model. This video is made by student opticians Peter Rosa and Khem Singh from Seneca College. Here is the Neksia model tracer. And this is the edger. For safety precautions, protective eyewear must be worn while operating edgers. Safety eyewear can be found in your lab. Please do not forget to wear them. Last thing we want is any chemicals or glass being projected into the eyes. Safety first. To turn the tracer on, there is a switch at the right corner. This is the same for the edger. When they turn on, they will self-calibrate to be ready for tracing and edging. For the edger, you will have to prompt final calibration before proceeding. Before we start, we want to mark both right and left lens blanks at the 180 line in its respective axis using your lensometer. For spherical lenses, you don't have to worry about any meridians. Marking is best done using a white chalk marker, as the markings stand out very well when positioning your lens when blocking. More to that later. Also, when marking your 180 line, don't forget to mark on your lenses which is right and left. This avoids a mix-up. When the tracer has been calibrated, you will be brought to this display screen. This is the tracing screen. This screen gives you the option to trace regular frames, denoted in the first image at the top, frames with higher amount of wraps such as Maui Jim or Oakley frames, denoted in the second image at the top, or to take a picture of a demo lens when edging lenses for nylon frames, denoted at the third image at the top. You can also choose to trace both lenses with different shapes, or solely the right lens or left lens. To start tracing, you want to place your frame non-ocular side face down like this into the slot. The chamber slides to adjust the right fit for the frame. There are two black clamps in the chamber that would fit snug against the rim of the frame. Make sure the frame is within these clamps. Make sure not to squish the frame to avoid damage. Press the button at the bottom right corner of the tracing display screen to start tracing. You will then be warned by the tracer on which block you will be using, and you can acknowledge it as so. A block is a component used in the lens finishing process to securely hold a lens in place while it is cut and shaped to fit into a specific eyeglass frame. The process is known as blocking and is essential for ensuring precision in lens size, shape, and alignment. This tracer uses two types of blocks, gray and orange. In this case, the screen states the particular frame would be suited with the orange block. Frames with larger beam measurements would require a gray block. Smaller frames limit you with the smaller orange block. Using the wrong block would cause the edger to cut the block, which we would like to avoid. This is an image of the smaller orange block. As you can see at the back of this block, there is a hole at the bottom. This would attach at the crevice of the block arm, attaching it to the pin at the top middle seen here. This pin will fit inside the block's hole. The gray part at the top of the orange block is the magnet that would hold into the crevice of the block arm securely. With a double-sided adhesive pad, you stick it at the center of the block at the opposite side where the magnet is. You then peel the slip of the pad to expose the other end of the sticky surface. This side of the pad will stick onto the blank when blocking. You then place it into the crevice of the blocking arm. If you're working with a blank with anti-glare coating, you would be best to stick a one-sided non-slip pad over the double-sided adhesive pad to avoid sliding of the lens during edging. After tracing, your screen will display the blocking screen. This is where you can add your anatomical PD and OC height parameters. Right lens parameters are on the left side of the screen and left lens parameters on the right. You can adjust the number of the PD by holding onto the PD value bar. This will open up the number value screen to select the anatomical PD value for the right. You can do the same for the OC height values. Position your right lens on the stand of the tracer. And attempt to position the 3 dots, your 180 line, marked on your lens with the intersection of the orange optical center line displayed. After that, you can start blocking your lens by pressing the bottom right button. Make sure to push the block securely onto the lens for maximum attachment like this. Now we can start edging. On the edger screen, you can select the second button from the bottom left to transfer all parameters of your frame over to the edger. The button is an image of the tracer. As you can see, the shape of your frame and the block used is imaged at the center. From this screen, you can select the type of material you wish to use, such as CCR39, polycarbonate, high index, or Trivex. In order to edge the lenses, we will be positioning the blocked lens between the 2 bars in the edgers known as shafts. Place your block lens at one end of the chalk of the left shaft until the magnet holds it close. Then by pressing the second button from the bottom left of the screen, imaged as 2 shafts, chalk the lenses until the right shaft presses up against the ocular side of the lens blank. You can then start edging by pressing the button at the far left of the bottom of the screen. Once you have edged your lens, you would then feather it on its ocular side like this. You would then repeat with your left lens. I will now just briefly go over how to trace nylon frames using the Neksia 650 tracer. Using your lensometer, you would insert your nylon rimmed frame and mark your 180 line on the right demo lens only. If you have a left demo lens only, do it for the left one. On the tracing display screen of your tracer, select the image icon. Then prompt the tracer to set up image taking. Remove the tripod and place the demo lens on the optical chamber. A value screen will appear where you will add in the OC height value. You can now take the picture of the lens. The blocking screen will then appear with your lens imaged on the screen center. Then you can follow the similar protocol to select your frame parameters, block, and edge outlined earlier. When you are done, shut off your tracer and press the check mark button. Then you can press the shut off button at the back of the machine. And that's the protocol for tracing and edging full frame and nylon frames using model Neksia 650. We hope your next edge will come out spectacular. Take care.